Hello everyone. Welcome to Purple Noon Gallery again for our new exhibition for the month, Tails and Fables. And welcome Kobie Bosch. This is so exciting to have you here.
Thank you. It is such a delight to be here today.
Well look, I'm just looking around at the paintings and they are just so beautiful. The detail and the texture are just so much more than what I expected. I think they're just divine.
Yes, thank you very much.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
So we're going to have a little chat. So it's be very short. We just do this because I get a lot of feedback and because a lot of our clients now are buying online, which is wonderful. Yeah. We're not getting as many visitors to the gallery, but we've had floods and we've had drought and we've had just a pandemic, so we're getting used to doing this. But first, I thought, first of all, it's very obvious you have a South African accent.
Yes, I do.
So you've been here for how long?
Early 2000s, we moved here 2004.
And
then we've been living in Sydney ever since.
And you love Sydney?
I love Sydney, yes.
And I love where you live. You live in an area that's actually beautiful and leafy, and I can see where your inspiration comes from.
Absolutely, yeah. The bush is really 300 metres down the road, so I often go for bushwalks and things,
It's beautiful. Now, one of the things that interested me was that you went to university and studied mathematics and English.
Yes.
Nothing to do with painting. No. So when did that all change?
I think I always painted and I always drew. I was always into the creative process. But when we moved here and it was just a busy family time in my life, kids were young, I just realized I could not do teaching and painting and family. And so I just, let the teaching drop by the side. Well, for that, in maths and English, and I just totally devoted myself to art. And I love it. I feel like it's something that I really get, whereas with the maths, I really had to work very hard, which most people have to.
Oh, right. I thought it must have just come easily.
No, it was blood, sweat and tears.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So now you're a painter, you're a full-time painter. Do you paint every day?
I do paint every day. I try to one day a week not to paint.
No,
I think it's good to have maybe visually not to see what you are working on at least for a day. I think it's helpful. Otherwise, you get so used to the image, you can't see what's missing.
Yeah. So I guess I've been doing these little chats for a while now, and I can honestly say I can't recall having an exhibition where the artist wrote a story coupled to every painting. So I think that's so beautiful. So anyone that hasn't received their catalogue, that if you haven't asked for one, please do. It will be up on the website when we open. But the stories are gorgeous. So how did that come about? Was that just something that you think about every time you paint, or is it specific for the exhibition?
Yes.
Or?
I didn't intend to start with stories. I really just thought I will do paintings, and when they came back from the framers and they were standing against the wall and I looked at them, that's when I realized, but they really each contain a story. There is something about that. And I think a part of me, because I often think the paintings are quite busy and people can get lost in the details, I thought maybe a fable could also help settle the eye.
But that's what's beautiful about your paintings, that you do get lost in the details.
Yes,
and I think I remember writing a little bit about the fact that there might be a peacock climbing the stairs or a lyrebird pecking on the carpet in the lounge room, but it all seemed perfectly normal.
Yes.
Which is what was so beautiful about the idea of having a fable attached to each painting.
And I love the fables. I loved writing them.
Your English background comes into it.
I think that's it. That's exactly right.
So, that's fabulous. So, do you have a favourite? I mean, I don't always ask artists, but they're all so different and they're all so beautiful. And I wonder whether artists actually have
the one usually that I'm working on in that moment is the favourite.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then once they are done, the next one is the favourite. but it's really hard to say if I have to choose one and run out of here this morning. I don't know which one I would choose.
No, well, I'm a little bit the same. I change my favourites all the time. I
Yes.
have to say though, and we did just have some
Yeah.
people here looking at all their
Yes,
paintings, and they
yes.
said straight away
That's
this was their favourite. And
Yes.
I tend to agree. It has this gorgeous gold frame,
Yeah.
which just blends in
Yes,
beautifully with
yes.
the pot in the middle, and I just love it.
Yeah.
One question I do
Yes.
have, there is a mixture, I think, but you could let me know if I'm right or wrong, between an Australian influence and a South African
Yes.
influence. There's patterns in this
Yes.
that I think, oh gosh, they're out of Africa.
Yeah,
and then
that's
there's other
right.
thing I think, now that is an Australian magpie.
Yes.
So is it
Yes.
a combination of both as well?
I think so. I think it's. I think one should embrace that.
I
So I'm
definitely.
loving the fact that I can bring those shapes or patterns in and put the birds in. You know, we are such a country anyway of immigrants.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I think I'm absolutely excited about this exhibition. It's just been hung. We're making this video a day or two beforehand.
Yes.
We've got a few sales already, which is
That's
very
wonderful.
exciting.
I'm very excited.
So, the exhibition opens on Saturday, the 4th of June, and let me tell you, it's cold out here. Did you
Yes.
notice the temperature difference coming out from Sydney?
Yes, it's a bit
We've
chilly.
sort of been lumped into Greater Sydney here, which I don't think we are. You know, I think once we cross that river, you sort of enter the Hawkesbury, and it's a very rural area. But we are lumped in with Greater Sydney, so it's a nice drive though for anyone that's in
beautiful.
Sydney that would like to come to the opening at around 3 o'clock, and we'll run it right through till 6 o'clock, which has always been our favourite time to have an opening. But it's dark then. And let me tell you, this is going to be a cold winter because it will be very cold at 6 o'clock. So we've decided to bring it forward so that a lot of your friends and family can come in the daytime. And so hopefully we will have lots of people here for our opening. And if not, it will all be online. We're going to do a little walk around now. So check out the exhibition online, ask for a catalogue and enjoy. Thank you, Kobie.
Thank you, Robyn. It's such a delight. Thank you.
Fabulous.